Yo estoy detenido desde el 22 de mayo. Quiero dirigirme a todas las personas que se están manifestando en las calles. Primero que nada, muchas gracias por demostrar su apoyo y hacernos sentir que tenemos quien esté apoyándonos afuera, porque aquí adentro muchas veces no tenemos toda la comunicación que queremos. Lo único que sí les quiero pedir es que la gente que se está manifestando, por favor, no hagan desorden, no destruyan, no hagan vandalismo, no pinten paredes, no rompan, no entren en negocios, porque todas esas acciones echan a perder una buena causa, que es la de defender a todos la gente que estamos detenidos aquí en las instalaciones de ICE. Nos echan a perder nuestros procesos, ¿ok? Cualquier cosa que quieran hacer, por favor diríjanse con nuestros asambleístas. El señor Lu Correa está trabajando duro por nosotros, está en contra de todas estas deportaciones, en contra de todas estas aprehensiones masivas que está haciendo ICE. Necesitamos también queremos dar las gracias al señor Vicente Sarmiento, que es nuestro supervisor del condado de Orange. Nos está apoyando con todo lo que él puede. Están haciendo frente a las autoridades que tienen que hacerle frente, como en este caso a la ICE. Están en contra de todos los arrestos. Ellos nos están apoyando. Los concejales de la ciudad de Santa Ana, la mayor Valeria Mesco, están poniendo todo de su parte. Queremos que, por favor, no echen a perder este proceso porque a nosotros nos afecta. ¿De qué manera? Pues primero que nada nos empiezan a mandar más gente. Está llegando mucha gente detenida, hasta 30, 40 personas que están en un cuarto sin camas, sin comida, ¿ok? Los que estamos aquí nos quitan la comunicación, nos cortan los teléfonos por un día, día y medio, y nosotros es una forma de mantener a nuestra gente informada de lo que está pasando aquí. Entonces, por favor, si nos quieren apoyar, háganlo de una manera bien, no dejen influenciarse por gente violenta que a veces está infiltrada para hacer ver mal nuestras marchas, ¿sí? Pues nuestro apoyo, el apoyo que queremos darle a nuestra gente. No se dejen influenciar por ellos. La violencia no nos va a llevar a ningún lado, ¿ok? Y eso ya lo hemos visto en otras ocasiones. Entonces ahorita, si quieren manifestarse, si quieren apoyarnos, usen una camisa blanca, salgan todos a manifestarse con una camisa blanca. Eso quiere decir que vamos en son de paz, sí, queremos la paz, queremos una pronta solución, queremos tener a nuestras familias afuera. Nuestras familias quieren que estemos afuera, ¿ok? Todos nuestros amigos nos piden que estemos afuera. Nosotros somos fuente de empleos, nosotros somos trabajadores, nosotros pagamos nuestros impuestos, ¿ok? Nosotros no somos criminales. Nuestro delito fue no haber tenido un buen proceso. En mi caso, yo tuve deportación desde el 2005 y no se me había comunicado. Los abogados están abusando de estas situaciones. A veces te dicen, sí, tienes caso, déjame aquí 5, 10 mil dólares y ahí vamos a mantener tu caso. Mentiras. Tenemos que informarnos, señores, por favor. Toda la gente que tiene un abogado que está en caso, tomen una segunda opinión, pidan una tercera opinión, no importa, ¿sí? Paguen 100, 200 dólares, lo que sea, pero estén seguros que tienen caso y que sus abogados no los están mintiendo. Nosotros vamos a iniciar una demanda colectiva contra todas estas personas que están abusando y que nos están mintiendo. Esos abogados que tomaron casos de nosotros y no nos están representando como debe de ser, van a pagar las consecuencias, porque ahorita nos están apoyando mucha gente de nuestros concejales, nuestros congresistas, todos nos están apoyando y va a haber consecuencias para toda esa gente que se han dedicado a mentirnos y por culpa de ellos muchos estamos aquí metidos, ¿ok? Entonces, por favor, una vez más a todos, no hay que crear vandalismo, no hagan vandalismo, apóyennos pero de buena forma. Hablen con sus congresistas, con nuestro congresista, el señor Correa, con nuestro supervisor, Vicente Sarmiento, que siempre han estado en la lucha, siempre han estado sacando la cara por todos los hispanos. Hablen con ellos y ellos les darán instrucciones de qué es lo que podemos hacer para poder salir adelante y tener nuestra gente que nos espera afuera, nos tengan pronto ahí con ustedes, ¿ok? Les doy las gracias. Gracias a mis amigos, gracias por su apoyo, gracias a toda la gente que se escucha. Por favor, compartan este video. a todas las organizaciones, compártanlo con todas sus amistades, hagan tag Orange County, Los Ángeles, donde pueda, más gente los puede escuchar y sepan que estamos agradecidos por todo su apoyo. ¿Ok? Bueno, pues muchas gracias y seguimos aquí esperando a ver cómo cuando nos atienden, cuando tenemos cita en corte. ¿Ok? Gracias y buenas tardes a
Okay, recording. We are back. Either this is either a special emergency or a new episode. We're still kind of just wanted to do this
Mhm.
because of everything happening and going on with the
Mhm.
community, the Latinos, everything. It's been I guess a lot of people are saying things and what's happening. It's like
Mhm.
I feel like also a lot of people don't know what's happening, so I don't know where we want to
Mhm.
start. You were at a protest yesterday, so maybe we can start there, kind of what you were
Mhm.
doing there, and what it what's happening.
So yesterday, and sorry if it's a little loud behind me. I'm at the library. Um, so let's see, hold on. I'm gonna pull up the flyer so I can just like be accurate and everything. But it was
Yeah, right.
called
This is the one
Solidarity.
time we do wanna.
I know I want to be like on point. It was a solidarity with LA to keep ICE out of Austin and to stop the deportations. It was at the
Mhm,
state capitol. We walked over to the building where I guess like ICE like operates in Austin, which is
mhm.
literally just like right
Probably like
down the
closest to
street.
the detention centers. Yeah.
So from like my assumption and like what was going on was there was a like the people who put it together worked with Austin police to
Hmm.
to do the protest. So the
Right.
police were being cooperative in the beginning. So they were like, okay, from this time to this
Hmm.
time, from you walking from the Capitol to this building back to the Capitol, um, the police were being compliant.
Peaceful protest. Yeah.
They were blocking off the roads to let us like walk by and like whatever. And it was really good. It was really peaceful. And
Hmm.
the exact moment that we got back to the Capitol, the police just like flipped like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, so it was only peaceful per the way that you wanted it? Because people were staying, like,
Right.
stayed. Like, they stayed, they went back, they like wanted to do the lap again, like two times.
Hmm.
And so after that, the police started like I guess it was just crazy. It was like rage baiting. Like they were
Were they
like,
being aggressive or were they being
yeah,
just like,
they were being aggressive.
yeah,
They were like, because there was okay, so there was police on bikes, motorcycles, police on
yeah.
bicycles, bikes. There
Hmm.
was
Hmm.
police in cars, and then there was police on horses. So
Yeah.
there was like a lot. Like truly, there was a lot. Like just like in my
Yeah.
opinion, but the
But
bicycle.
everyone was just being, yeah,
So the cops that were on like motorcycles, they were just like running into people, like running into the middle
yeah,
of the crowds with their bikes.
fucking
And
yeah,
which like something that I noticed was like a lot of the Caucasian white people were like standing in front of the Hispanic people just to like
right,
just to just to like mediate and be nobody's
right,
like
yeah, yeah,
nobody's doing anything. Like people were literally just there with their sign, like just holding their sign, and then they're just like
right.
ramming their motorcycles into the thing. I saw somebody get pepper spray. They started throwing tear gas.
Yeah, and that's kind of what you've been seeing, like, in a lot of places now. It's like
Mhm.
LA mostly. It happened because there's a lot. Obviously, LA and California in general is just like a community that just
Mhm.
there's a lot of Mexican and Latinos there,
Mhm.
and so it's just been kind of it's been a lot of like peaceful
Yeah,
protests. There's
I
been
mean,
a
there
lot
was a
of
lot of
like
kids
just
there. Like we were passing out free
yeah,
waters. There was other people passing out free waters and masks. Um,
the
Everything was like
craziest thing is like
very
now the National
compliant.
Guard is.
is being
Yeah.
deployed. And I think what's also so crazy is for all of the people who were saying, what was it, Trump's his little initiatives that he wasn't gonna
Yeah.
do, that he's very
Right.
much doing. His Project 25
It's,
is in
it's
full
literally
effect.
happening all in it.
Um,
But the cult, I think, what's crazy is what I've seen is still people defending this, defending the actions, and it's not at this point. It's not even about like, oh, it's Mexican or Latinos or immigrants. It's literally
mhm,
the people, because it's you're seeing people, even like citizens getting arrested. You're seeing all these like people put behind
mhm.
bars for trying to just
Well,
protest, and
and I
like
also
they're
think too,
rebelling.
like
They're like
a lot of people just don't understand what,
it's way bigger than like
yeah, it's way bigger than that, and we
yeah,
understand. And I think what some people don't think is that like we understand that there are criminals,
right,
but the bad, like there's also a million good people here fighting for their
yeah,
lives, fighting for their children,
right.
who have their children here, who or
Hmm.
they've been illegal here their entire lives, and like they're
Yeah,
working
but
in the
there's like a lot.
fields,
That's
and
what
like
people don't get. It's like being illegal is not a crime. It's the one thing that people need to
it's
get
truly
straight in their
not.
heads. Like,
It's a
not a crime.
civil matter.
It's not.
Being illegal
Yeah,
is a civil matter. It's no different than you jaywalking across the street.
literally. Yeah.
It's
And what
it's
people don't get, it's not you're not breaking any laws, and you still have lots of you still have lots of rights to protect you as human, just as human. Doesn't matter if you're an immigrant or not. In this country, is was based on there's the Constitution. There's a lot of things that protect
mhm,
civil rights and just human rights, but there's literally
mhm.
thousands of them being violating right now, and
Yeah,
so it's like
and I
people
think
also are
it's
being
just
hypocrites.
they are. There's a lot of people, and I think one thing that I would definitely say is different news media outlets are going to show only the things that they want to show. If you're looking at a
Right.
far right news media outlet, they're only going to show you the far right. If you're looking at a far left,
Yeah.
they're only going to show you the far left. So I think it's very up to everyone to get full rounded, educated on things. I also think
Mm-hmm.
in this day and age, like, look at TikTok. And I hate to say that, but like,
Yeah.
love to say that in the same breath. Like, look at TikTok. Like, there was a video and they're saying, "Oh, they're taking out the criminals. Like just need to take the criminals." And it's like they went to an elementary school graduation in
Oh yeah.
California
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and ripped these children from their parents. And it's like,
That's the crazy
where are
thing.
the
Is like
kids gonna go? Oh, they're gonna go into the system. I'm sorry, are you white
yeah,
people gonna adopt? No, you're not.
right. They only care about when it's really about them, and it's like, okay, well, we care. They care more about like being pro life, but they're not being very pro. It's not very pro life of them what they're doing
They're
right
not.
now, and they're just kind of sitting there letting it kind of. And what it's one thing is also pissing me off that I've been seeing is a lot of just other people of color just also being coming up and it's like, well, it's not our fight. It's not like this. It's like it's like not one fight at the
Mhm.
moment. It's like that's what people need to
It's
understand is
not.
way
And I
bigger
also
than just
think
being an
like
immigrant
what
issue.
they, yeah, and what they don't understand too is that like who was marching for Black Lives Matter?
Right. Everyone was up there being on
Everyone.
like the front.
They wanted
Yeah,
everyone to
coming
come
together.
together. And I think it's now time for everyone to come together,
When
get educated
when
as
all that
much as you can, and
oh,
learn,
that's the one thing.
and
Yeah.
like to be silent is to be compliant. And
Mhm. Mhm.
it's time to step up. I think what a lot of people
Yeah.
don't realize is they want to paint the Latino community as like rapists and whatever. And it's like, if you look at a
Mhm.
lot of statistics, we fall under well under 15% of that. The majority of all
Mhm.
of that is white people. And I'm
The
not trying to
crime
be
that are being
racist or
committed is like
anything, but it's like, do your research, look at the
yeah.
statistics, go to TikTok, look at the videos of, and listen to people's
Mhm.
stories. Like, I think it could be your neighbor, it could be your friend, like them trying to take away birthright
Yeah.
citizenship. Like, them taking away birthright citizenship puts so many people at risk. So many people at
Yeah,
risk.
like literally all of the kids that are being, They're kids that were born here, but they're telling them, you gotta go back. And yeah, they're saying like, we'll keep all the families together. No, the families should stay here
Yeah,
where they are. Some people just didn't even have a lot of people don't even have the choice to just
but
be in this
look
country.
at
They just came
so
here when they were little.
people
It's
in
like,
Texas. Texas used to be Mexico, and then
right?
Texas became a state, so all of those people automatically became citizens. So it's like, what are you gonna take all? Are you gonna take that back now? Like, are you gonna go against that now? Like, what does
And
that look like now?
it's like California, whenever all the fires were happening, Mexico was like the first one there, responders, like they
Hmm.
were sending the people from Mexico, like
Hmm.
fire departments, to come and help. But it's like now when it's this big thing happening and just the way they're getting treated, I gonna give some props for the governor. I mean, of California, he's just been literally standing there for his people.
Yeah,
It's like you want to see that from a lot of
yeah.
our governors and a lot of our
His
like
social media
represent.
is so good right
Yeah.
now. He's doing everything that he possibly can to protect his people. And I also
He's
think
like
at this
standing
point,
up, and it's like a lot of these are not. A lot of these
yeah,
people that are supposed to be our people, the people are in charge or like supposed to be fighting for us, they're literally silent. They're not doing anything, and it's the fact that we have to stand up, and that's why these protests are happening, and that's why people are fighting. It's not just
yeah.
because it's like, well, our governor failed, our
Mhm.
representatives have failed, so obviously somebody
Yeah.
has to do something. So
I also
it's kind of
so one of the influencers have posted this, so I just literally want to share what to do. And I think it's very important for, even if you have been born here and you have citizenship, but if you are of a darker color
yeah.
and you are in the Latino community, or you have, you know, people in your car, like, it's very important to know what to do. So I just wanted to share a couple
Hmm.
things. If you are pulled over
Yeah.
by ICE, if you have lawful status, show documentation, such as permanent address residence cards, work permits, or other relevant proof of your status. If you do not have lawful status, do not provide any documents. If you do not have status,
Mhm.
you have the right to say that you wish to remain silent. If an ICE officer comes to your door, which they are now doing, they are now showing up in
Literally.
people's residencies, you do not open the door unless they can present a warrant to enter your home signed by a federal judge. That's very important to make sure that
Hmm.
it is signed and it's dated. Check the date, check the sign, everything that you can. Finding help if you are detained. If a loved one or your
Mm.
friend or your family is detained by ICE, you have a detainee locator to try to find them, and it is https /ice.gov/odls/ #search and Jonathan will insert all of that there.
Yeah, we'll
Um,
post all the links.
yeah, we'll post all the links that we possibly can. You do not
Yeah.
sign anything until you speak to an immigration attorney. So it's very important
That's the biggest
also, if
thing.
you get detained or anything else, please do not sign anything without an immigration
Mhm.
attorney present.
Present.
Know your rights. I think it's very important right now for everyone
Mhm.
coming together to know your rights. You have constitutional rights. Do not open the door
Yep.
if an immigration agent is knocking at your door. Do not answer any questions
Amen.
from any immigrant agent if they try to talk to you. You have the right to remain
Mhm.
silent, and I think that's very important. Do not sign anything
Yes.
without speaking to your lawyer directly. Don't say, because I feel like they'll try to trick you and say, oh, your lawyer said to sign. No,
Mhm.
you speak to your lawyer.
Mhm.
Your lawyer needs to speak to you.
Yeah.
I think it's just very important. I think it's important for you to say, they have it right here. They have a little blurb of like what to say if that happens. So say, I do not
Mhm.
wish to speak with you or answer your questions or sign or hand you any documents based on my Fifth Amendment right under the United States Constitution. I do not give you permission to enter my home based on my Fourth Amendment rights under the United States Constitution, unless you have a warrant to enter signed by a judge or a magistrate with my name on it, that you slide it under the door. I do not give you permission to search any of my belongings based on my Fourth Amendment rights. I choose to exercise my constitutional rights.
Hmm.
So I think it's just, again, it's important to stay prompt, stay educated, stay
Yeah.
alert.
And just know that even though, if you don't even have a status here, you know that you also have rights and you have the same rights just as a citizen. The same rights that now apply
And also,
to
from a
everybody.
protest perspective, for all of you, for the King's protest,
Yeah.
it is very important that you record horizontally on your phone, not this way,
Yep.
this way per court. So if you have to send anything into court or anything like that, it is very important that you do that. We also suggest that you
Hmm.
definitely stay hydrated. It's very hot
Yeah.
everywhere right now.
Help each other.
Help
Help
each
each other if you
other.
can. If there's anyone needing anything, just kind of
Mhm.
look out for others, look out for yourself, and then speak up for those that can't speak up because there's a lot of them that also can't be out there, but also want to speak up. So,
Mhm.
checking on your friends, checking on family members. Like, there's a lot of things
Mhm.
that you can do right now to kind of stay
Yeah,
informed.
and they also say too right now that if you are going to protest too, if you are taking a Mexico flag, to as well take an American flag, because the whole point of this is to prove that you are an American citizen and that you are wanting to be compliant with America, period.
Yeah.
So they said it's very
And they're wanting
important.
to twist whatever they can, so
Exactly.
it's
They
like
want to
it's just
twist
gonna
any
look
narrative that they
some.
can. So it's just very important to,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
if you have like a Mexican American flag, perfect.
Hmm.
A lot of there was a
Yeah,
lot of Palestine flags out last night too. So it's very important to do America and Palestine as well.
yeah.
But just stay vigilant whenever you're out. Um,
Hmm.
be prepared. Be prepared. There was like the radicals, I assume you would call them, and they were so
Oh, yeah.
prepared.
You will see a lot of that
They
too.
had goggles, they had gas masks, they had tape, they had everything under the
Yeah.
sun that you could think of. So I do think it's very important, and like wear tennis shoes, because you don't
Hmm.
need to be tripping
Yeah.
and falling because you're wearing sandals or chanclas or whatever.
Right, and then just know who you're going with. Just stay in a group or whatever. Try to go with more people because that also helps bring more
Hmm.
awareness. But also just know that you're also gonna run into people that are gonna not have the same feelings and thoughts, and a
Yeah,
lot of
and
just
just
of these
don't
people that are just
engage.
not.
I think that was such
Yeah,
a big thing, like don't engage with the
yeah,
people who are being anti-protesters or whatever, because that's
yeah.
exactly what they want. They want you to attack them, to prove
Right.
their narrative, to prove what they're doing.
Yeah.
Um,
So focus on the goal here. Focus like what the big thing is, and
mhm,
it's like everyone just protecting each other, looking out for each other, and
mhm.
we're gonna do our best to post more stuff online and our socials, whatever we can, just to provide
Yeah,
people
I
that
think it's something
might not
that,
need them. And there's multiple languages as well,
yeah.
is in Spanish, English, and many others. So all of this can be looked and
Hmm.
easily found now. So we'll try to make it easy as well. And if anything, just send us any stories, any DMs, anything that you may be seeing,
Yeah, if
anything you
you
want
have
to talk
any,
about
personal
as well.
stories of how this is affecting you, and to help,
Yeah,
and to
yeah, yeah.
help, others realize, maybe people who are very
Literally.
conservative, or people who have voted for Trump and now are
Hmm.
regretting their decisions, and you want to share your story and share your light, but maybe
Yeah,
not say who you are. Jonathan and I would be so happy to share that. You
yeah.
know, bringing people on the right side of justice is key, and
Oh,
that is just like my
yeah.
ultimate goal right now, is to get people
Yeah,
educated
you want to look back at this
and
and
be on
like
the right
know that
side
you were on
of
the right
it.
side. And
Hmm.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So we'll do whatever we can to make it easier. And whatever you have a platform, just one people, two people,
Yeah.
1,000. It's still you're doing
Hmm.
your job while talk about
Yeah,
this and talk about it as
absolutely.
much as you can. Don't let people tell you anything else. And yeah, stay safe. And we'll be back with another, something more fun, something more crazy, more our style. But definitely wanted to come by and talk about this because it's something that affects us. A lot of the times, just affects us closely in being part of
Hmm.
this community. So if it's any help, yeah, we'll be
Yeah.
here and we'll be back next week.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.